Okay, everyone, this is Red again with RedDragonLeo.com. We did have our down day today. Not exactly what I was expecting. I did think we would have a little bit more than that today. So I was a little bit disappointed. I didn't get to do a video yesterday, but pretty much everything was what I had spoke of in the weekend video, which was Monday to be a dojo, I'm sorry, a doji day, a pause day, spinning top. And that's what we had on Monday. And then Tuesday, of course you can't see it right here, Tuesday we had our down day. And so the 60-minute rolled over, the 30-minute rolled over, the 15-minute rolled over, 5-minute, all of them, they all rolled over today and produced our down day. Now when you look at these shorter time frames, like here on the 15, you can pretty much see that, you know, this was the biggest move down. And at this point, when we hit down here, not only we hit this support, but also the 5-minute chart was pretty oversold at that point, and it cycled back up, giving us the move up at that point, and then it just kind of whipped around until what, at the end, I think this was like the 30-minute chart, it was trying to cycle back up throughout this entire day, and it never did. And by this time, the 60-minute, by the end of the day, the 60-minute chart is getting pretty close to oversold and looking like it wants to turn back up. But will it? I don't know. This obviously is holding support. If you draw a line right here and then draw a line right here, what do you have? You have a triangle. And so you've got support here, and then you've got resistance here. So all they've got to do is just gap above that resistance and come right back down and ride that line up. Of course, they'll be inside this line here as well as this line here that's not drawn. So it wouldn't take much for them to gap this up and get out of this triangle that's happening and get back in this larger wedge. And the charts are supporting it, actually. So while you've got a double bottom right here, you have positive divergence right here, from here to here on the 15-minute chart. You have the MACD at basically the 0 mark, as you can see, around 0 here, which really, it could keep on going down, but I don't think it will. We've had light volume. Today we only had 120 million shares of the SPY traded, or just under it. So, it's still light volume. They still control it. There's no economic news out there for them to tank it. So you have to lean in favor of the bulls. So you've got positive divergence on the 15. You've got light volume. Looking at the 5, you really can't tell a lot. All you can see is that most of the whole day here, this is the whole day, it was oversold pretty much most of the day, making up to 0 there, and then finally working its way back up. You draw a line right here, you got the same thing, positive divergence. Of course, the 5 doesn't really give you as much power as the larger frames, larger time frames, but regardless, it looks like it wants to go up. You look at the 30-minute chart, and what do you see? You see it looking like it wants to go up here, as it puts in a positive divergence on the histogram towers, which look like they're oversold. From this one to this one, it looks like it wants to go up. Now it can continue down. Don't get me wrong; it can continue down. If we could get some volume in this market, yeah, then we could sell off, and it could just, it could really go down here -2, -3. Really, it could do one of these numbers. Do I think that's going to happen tomorrow? No, unless some kind of news comes out that that's unforeseen. I think this is going to just move right up. And the same thing here. I know this is negative divergence. It's going down 1, 2, 3. It is negative divergence, but I think that it is going to cycle back up and go up. Now, whether or not it takes out this line here and goes up much higher or not, I don't know. I think it's going to, because the market is manipulated. And they're wanting to keep it up. They're wanting to keep this market up until they decide to tank it. And I don't think that's tomorrow. We rarely have crashes on Fridays. We rarely have crashes on Wednesdays. They're usually Fridays or Mondays. With no economic news out, unless they blow up a bomb somewhere, and if they hit the White House and kill off the gangsters in there, then of course the market will rally. I'll be going long then. Okay, so because all the gangsters got killed, but I don't foresee that happening, so we can't celebrate. So anyway, it goes. This is down here right now in oversold territory. Of course, again, if it does continue down, this could stay down here all day. Tomorrow, this can continue down. There's no question it can. I just don't think it's going to. I think this negative divergence that it's got here on it will fail. I think it's going to cycle back up and go higher. Now, it doesn't mean it might not dip in the morning. It very well could dip in the morning, but by the end of the day, or at any time during the day tomorrow, I think it's going to turn back up and rally back up. That's what I think is going to happen. I don't think it's going to wait till the end of the day. I think it'll probably start fairly early in the day, but it could go down for the first hour or two before it recycles back up. At least here. Does that mean the actual price has to go down? No, of course not. Basically, what they would do at that point is stay in this triangle and then work all the way out to the apex and then pop out. That's what they could do. Let me get a better view of that here, looking at it on the 15-minute chart. Okay, yeah. So anyway, you draw a line right here, and then you draw a line right here. And when these finally meet out here somewhere, that puts you, somewhere in midday. If you keep drawing that line, somewhere in midday tomorrow. So they could, chop this around all day long, or at least the first half of the day, and then pop it out as the 30-minute and 60-minute charts recycle back up and give it the power that it needs. Now, of course, if it fails, if it breaks down instead, I could see a pretty nice down move happening if it breaks down. So because generally speaking, these triangles, when they break down, they fall pretty good. It's just, we're already outside of this wedge, and then this here triangle that is right here, if it breaks this double bottom, then we could have a nice little fall. It's just right now, it's not really giving me any clear direction whether or not it wants to break down or not. So I have to lean with the gangsters, and the gangsters are bulls. So, they're going to manipulate this market and keep it up. And so that leads me to believe that, again, this negative divergence will fail, and it'll at some point, if in the morning it goes down and the market just trades sideways, this could go down and recycle back up and probably go higher than this line right here, and produce a nice little short squeeze and pop it up higher. Looking at the 60-minute chart, you can see the same thing. You've got your negative divergence right here, and it looks ready to cycle back up. Does not have to, of course. It could continue down based upon this MACD here. You see the MACD is still in positive 2.5 condition, above zero. It could go all the way down here to negative 5.0. There's no way of knowing. I don't think it will, simply because there's nothing to cause it to do that. There's no news coming out. There's no major earnings. There's no Bernanke speaks and the market moves, or there's none of that. I don't think there's anything out tomorrow that's of any significance to the market. And of course, you can see that we're already down here, while on the full stochastics we're already approaching 20. So that kind of leads me to believe that we could, looks like it's almost wanting to recycle back up right there, but it could go on down here to 20 if it wanted to, and we could put in a few more bars down, maybe go down here to -1, tag that, then cycle back up. And like I said, that would take us to about noon. But this all depends, again, on it holding that double bottom. If it breaks that double bottom, then I think that this will go negative and go below zero if we break that double bottom, and it could be a nice move down all day long. It'll just keep on going down all day long. But if it does not, if it doesn't break the double bottom, then I think it's just going to trade to the end of this apex of this triangle. It's the same triangle here that I've shown you here on the other charts. Same triangle, okay? So I think it will just trade to the end of it, and by midday, when it's starting to run out of room, the 30 and 60-minute charts should be pointed up together, all lined up, along with this 15-minute chart and along with the 5-minute chart. They'll all line up together, and you'll see a big bull move, and that'll be, you know, the breakout of this triangle. And so that's what I expect to happen, unless this breaks down. I know that doesn't really help you much, but you just gotta, this is one of these things where you have to follow what the gangsters are doing, and they want the market to go up until they're ready to tank it. And I just don't feel like that's going to be on a Wednesday. So that leads me to believe that, because today had the perfect opportunity for it to go down a lot more than this, and it didn't. And today had 5 to 7 billion of POMO money. Tomorrow's only got 1 to 2 billion. But the charts are lining bullish. The charts are lining back up bullish. So when the charts are lining back up bullish, and they don't need as much money, because there's, you know, a lot of this is oversold now, at least on the histogram towers. Here it's neutral because it's at the zero mark. Here it's oversold because it's at 20. But here it's, you know, neutral. Like I said, it could go up to 5.0 or down to negative 5.0. No way of saying, but you just have to go with what you think is going to happen. And if there's no major news, no reason for it to tank, I think it's going to hold. I think it's going to hold the this line. Here's a better picture of it. Draw you a line right here, all the way to here, all the way out. Draw you a line right here, all the way out. And they're going to meet at some point, midday somewhere. I couldn't tell you the exact time, but so the market could go down, up, down, up, down, 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 and all of a sudden, boom, breaks out. And why would it happen around noon or so? Why would that happen? Well, because most of the heavy volume comes in between 9:30 and 11 or so, something like that. And most of the day, the heaviest volume comes in then. So if the bears are trying to short it to get it to break that bottom, and it doesn't break, then they're done. Once it gets out to the apex, if the charts all line back up bullish, as I expect them to do so, then it's going to pop up into the close, or I mean from, you know, roughly around noon to the end of the day. Now there's also another reason. I had 2 fake prints on the SPY showing 133.45 on the SPY at 10:25 a.m. 10:25 a.m. and then into the close, had the same print, 133.45 at 4 p.m. Now, this is a clear sign to me that we're going to go up tomorrow, and that's the target it's going to go to, 135, which is it's up here. It's not quite here. It's not quite up here. It is just in this area, basically, probably close to gap fill, somewhere in that area. What if Cobra's got it here on his chart? And dun, 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 dun. Well, I think he's got it here. Here we go. We'll hit refresh. It's another different look at the market. And okay, so now, well, you can't really see, but obviously this peak up here was 133.50, 133.52 or 53 right here on the very, very teeny little peak, I think. So 133.45 is just a hair underneath it. Now, yes, those could be late fills, but I have to side with the bulls, the gangsters, because they have the power right now, and then also these patterns. These look eerily similar to previous patterns that we've seen, where the market has one of these down days and reverses hard, puts in a positive day the next day. We can look at that on the daily here. You can see here, if you can look at that, you can see again sideways trading, up, sideways trading, then the down day, then there's usually like an up day after it. And you look at it over here, let's see, here's a perfect example of it right here. Here's your sideways trading, there's your down day, there's your up day following that, and then I don't know if we're going to have this or not. This would be sweet. That would be Thursday then, and that would be Friday if we have that. But I couldn't really tell you that until the charts line up and see. It's possible. I'm going to tell you it is possible, because looking at this daily chart, you can see that it is up here in positive territory on the histogram towers, but it could very well roll over at any time. It's up here pretty high, and it's going up at any time. It could roll over. We just don't know when. We don't know. They're not telling us yet. So that's very possible. But so I'll move up. What could we see on the upside? We could see 1340. The 1340. Well, Mr. Topstep said 1349. I mean, which I think that's just crazy. But what can we say? The gangsters rule right now. And where is that at? I don't think that looking at this on the weekly chart, I think that might be right in that area there. No, 1350. I don't see it lining up directly, but it's hard to just stare at it. It's more like right in this area here. Hard to know for sure, just looking at this chart. But that's pretty much all I got, folks. Right, on the weekend blog, all I really did was just call for it to Monday to be a spinning top day, and for today to be a down day. Well, we got that. Other than that, I don't know what the rest of the week is going to be. But tomorrow, I do think that as long as we don't break that double bottom, that means no heavy volume. If you see some heavy volume come in and break that double bottom, chances are it's going to be an all-down day. Very, very, very likely. And I just don't see it happening. I think, although this print is showing up here, which is very unusual for them to keep one of the fake prints on there, they did keep this on here. So it kind of leads you to believe maybe possibly it's not a fake print. It was a real print. Strange. But I still lean to believe that it is still a valid fake print, and that we're going to go up to 1340, 1349 according to Mr. Topstep, but wherever, we're going to go up to where we're going to feel this print at 1483 or 80, whatever that was, 1486. So, and other than that, I can't think of anything else to cover, folks. Just keep your eyes on these double bottoms. That's it. Keep your eyes on those double bottoms. And draw yourself a trend line right here to watch this. Okay? A break above it, wait for a back test, because it should back test it. I'm talking about this line right here. So a break above it, if there's a back test, and there should be, then you can go long if you're a short-term trader, because chances are it's going to squeeze the bears hard. If on the flip side it breaks this double bottom, then I don't know if you even get a chance for a back test on them. They don't always get back test on these double when you break this. If we hit that and bang on it, and all the charts are starting to roll over and point down, you got to look at the 15, the 20, and I mean 15 to 30, and all these charts together. And if they look like they're ready to roll down, then we've got an all down day on our hands. And we do have a fake print from Friday, 4 of them, all coming in at 132.38, I believe, on the SPY, 132.38. So that's what this is 1323, 132.30. 38. So it will be, it'd be somewhere in this range right here, between a little over, or somewhere around 1323. It looks to me like this area here. That's what it looks like to me. I don't think that that's going to happen. I just don't see it happening yet. Okay, that's it, gang. Good luck, everyone. See you on the blog.